Hi guys, Matt Thomas here at the home of Jewitt Guitars here in lovely downtown Cleveland, which is also the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And today I've got the 00C, but this is Jeff's take on the 00. So it's actually a little different than your standard 00. As you can see here with it on my leg, it's actually got a round bottom here, so it actually creates more air cavity and it's a little more pleasant to hold, especially if you're standing. Now this one features a bear claw moon spruce top over top of a really lovely American black walnut that was from here in Cleveland. Now Jeff went ahead and chose to wrap it all the way around with a lovely ebony binding with just this little micro maple purfling that creates a lovely separation between it. Now what's also really special about this particular build is he did a spalted sycamore rosette here, and then for the tail wedge there's actually a standard sycamore which ends up looking a little more like snakeskin. Now it's got an ebony bridge with little wider specs. It's 2 5/16 here, and it's also got those abalone pins and bone saddle. Now it is a short scale as well, like most 00s, so it's 24.9, and the nut width is a little reduced. This is 1/11/16. So it's actually really comfortable, and plays really fast, if you will. So as you can see here, it almost looks like it would have a rosewood fretboard, but it's not. It's actually a stripy ebony fretboard, which I think was just a beautiful choice. It's got a little more of a chocolate look to it. And then when you get into the head cap here, he's got an ebony veneer with those, I guess you'd call them cat eye inlays there with abalone there. And then for the back cap, it's also got that American black walnut with the Cosmo Black 510 Goto tuners, which are one of my favorite. They're just so smooth. And the 18-to-1 kind of works best for the best middle road of fast tuning, but also they're really great to fine tune for really lower tunings and stuff, because once you drop that 6-string, you need a little bit more fine tuning. But it's a little better than 21-to-1s in my opinion, because then you just got to work too hard with the 21-to-1s. But what's surprising about the tone of this instrument is it sounds a little more like an OM, even though it's smaller. And thanks to this black walnut, it's got lots of bass, but it does have a little bit of a dry sound, so not lots of sustain, but that's the nature of walnut. So it works really well as kind of both a fingerstyle instrument, or since this is a little reduced, I think this would also be great for a flat picker, because you can do all your bluegrass runs if you wanted to, which I'm not going to attempt those in open tuning. But nonetheless, it's an amazing sounding instrument. And also what I love what he's done here is instead of just ebony bound fretboard, it's also got the maple purfling down the side of it to separate from this one-piece mahogany neck here. And also he does this square back neck joint here that really makes sure that it seats good and doesn't want to wiggle around ever. And so this neck joint here is actually a triple bolt glueless neck joint as well. That way, so if it ever needs to be taken off and adjusted down the road, it's easy to do. Now it is a very gorgeous instrument, and as you can see, that bear claw loves to catch the light and shimmer. But I think the ease of how well it plays is what I'm drawn to. So make sure you stick around and listen to this thing.